What's up, Tab Army? You're gonna love this video that we have planned. I think you already know what video it is, judging by the title and our amazing thumbnail. But here it is, the UC Santa Cruz Iceberg. Why the UC Santa Cruz Iceberg? Well, I was scrolling on YouTube when I found this actual, iceberg of Santa Cruz up on screen right now. And I was thinking, hey, we could do this. This seems like a pretty good video idea. Thanks to this guy right here. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna rank them, but also I'm gonna do a little game. So we're gonna have this up on screen, and it's gonna pop up 10 times. And if you find all 10, you win something. I don't know. Let's just get into it. Okay, really freaking bad news, guys. The first 1 to 3 layers. We lost the script. The script is gone. I don't know. Someone must have deleted it. This guy up on screen forgot it and it corrupted. So it's just gonna be me remembering what I remembered saying. So yeah, if I'm wrong, sorry, not sorry. Alright, now this I do remember. Okay, we're removing the first layer out of here. Man, that layer sucks. It's boring. Look at that. You guys can search that up. It doesn't matter. We're on layer 2 now. This is where the real good stuff starts happening. Kind of. You'll see what I mean. 10 residential college / protest. Okay, look up on screen. That's the 10 residential college. I don't remember. I was kind of tired when I put those photos up. But basically, 10 residential college is iconic because that up on screen and that also up on screen. It's going way too fast. I gotta keep it up. But okay, basically it's under fire because of Congressman John R. Lewis. He should pop up in a little bit because they renamed it after that. Right up on screen right there. And it caused a really big controversy because they thought UC Santa Cruz was selling out. They're like, hey, you guys are taking way too much money and we don't like you anymore. So yeah. Ooh, okay, all you connoisseurs are gonna hate this mid dining hall food. Okay, so basically nobody likes the dining hall food except for this exception. But yeah, it looks whatever on Google. Like, that looks fine, but look at this looks horrible. I wouldn't eat that. I wouldn't touch that. A coastal campus / housing shortage. Okay, everyone knows UC Santa Cruz is in Santa Cruz, and look at this. Look at they're waiting outside for just one house, and that house probably isn't even good looking. And we're gonna slide to this guy right here. Like, look at this guy. He needs a house. Look at this stupid name. Man, I wish I had a house though. Okay, this one might get you guys snoozing, but turkey, deer, coyotes, and raccoons. Okay, basically what this entry refers to is that there's a lot of wildlife. Like, look this, I don't even know what that is. Maybe a doe? I think Austin told me that's a doe. But yeah, look at this. If you see raccoon, mountain lion, and, a deer, because you will see a deer. But basically, just stay away from them. You don't want to get hurt by them, basically. Oh, stoner culture. Okay, I know a lot of people who get stoned for fun and for a living, but basically it used to be a huge thing back in UC Santa Cruz, was in its golden age, but now it's not here because of Gen Z. Alright, now this is how you know you're a college student. Laundry hackers. Okay, these guys up on screen, I don't know how, I'm not gonna even try to say their names, but basically found out how people were manipulating laundry to be able to use infinite cycles. Like, we can't have that happening. So they busted on people for that. I think they sent a couple people to jail. I mean, look at that. Look at that wallet. Oh my god, I have so much funds. But basically, they're gone. They're out of here. UC Santa Cruz patched it. You can't get free laundry. Subscribe. Make sure to subscribe, guys. And let's just get on to the next freaking layer. All right? Is that cool? Layer 3. Alright, this goes out to all my teachers out there, underpaid faculty and strikes. Alright, if you're an underpaid faculty, you need to start striking. You gotta get the money somehow. Except if you're one of these guys. I mean, look at these guys. These guys never have to strike in their life. But yeah, Santa Cruz paid them what they need and unpaid work. Now, I agree. I have to 100% agree there. White people, and we got A-Dog up on screen. He doesn't want to help with the video. I don't know why. He sucks. And no one likes him. But there's a lot of white people at Santa Cruz, which is why this entry is probably up on here. Now, this is serious stuff here. Bad Wi-Fi. I mean, everyone hates bad Wi-Fi. I mean, look at this guy on Reddit. Look at that. Look at the lag on that. He he can't win. He can't win with this. I mean, come on, UC Santa Cruz, do better. Oh, Cynthia. Okay, I forgot her last name. I said it in the last recording, but basically, she's the 11th chancellor of UC Santa Cruz, and she actually has been under fire over her use of police enforcement on some protests. I think I forgot. You could read what's up on screen. But yeah, you guys decide whether she's in the right or wrong. Yeah. Tabs. It kind of sounds like Tab and Tab Army, but they're quite opposite. Okay, Tabs. I'm not even trying to explain what it stands for. Basically, they're just the guys who give you like a ticket, and they've been cracking down on a lot of people without like parking permits, and they're just getting a lot of hate, whether it be unnecessary. I don't know. Well, okay, I gotta be careful with my words here. Okay, furries. I don't know if any furries are watching our videos, but hey, if you are, they're pretty massive at Santa Cruz. I think they got their own club. I forgot what it's called. What is it? Oh, of the Fluffy Slugs. Thank you. Picture up on screen. But basically, it's massive there. It's massive. Yeah, that's it. Okay, mid-public transit. So mid-public transit most likely means just how average, the public transit at Santa Cruz is. Which, yeah, I mean, public transit's going to be mid everywhere you go. We're talking about the cat train. Okay, now that's the actual good public transit. Genshin car. Okay, so Genshin car refers to this guy who wrapped his BMW in a Kokomi wrap from Genshin. And I guess he's really well known around there. So, CSE 13S also stands for Computer Systems and C Programming, is apparently a super hard class that's given at Santa Cruz. And back in 2021, there was a cheating scandal where over 70 students got flagged for plagiarism, which is pretty insane. Like, that many students cheating, like, that really shows how hard this class is. I could probably pass it, so it can't be that hard. Weird frosh. Okay, so this probably refers to the freshmen being weird. I can't really find anything much more about this except for this AMA this guy did on Reddit. Smelly students. Okay, so smelly students is often talked about on Reddit, with people mentioning how people smell like weed, but also like mildew, which is kind of crazy thing to smell, and they usually happen in dorms or on buses, which just take a shower, guys, come on. Oh man, I really wish this one was saved. Terror turkey. Okay, this one's super freaking boring. Okay, but there's this turkey called Hank, and actually, what, skip this. We're gonna talk about our analytics. Look at this, guys. Are you being for real? That's not enough to sustain this YouTube channel. We do this for free. Keep in mind, we don't have a lot of funds, which is why we do this. But okay, we're back to it. Hank the turkey. He's some freaking big turkey, and you gotta fear him or something. I don't know. Who cares? Like, these guys are Redditors. This one doesn't really matter. I just put it in because it was on here, and Okay, guys, I'm switching it up for this next part. I spent too much time inside doing it.
Sounds like you were gooning.
So instead, I have.
Sounds like you spent too much just like gooning.
So instead I have Austin. He's gonna help me out.
I'm inside all day gooning. I can't figure out how to do the video, so I need Austin here.
So I need Austin to. He's gonna do the entries this time, and what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna react to them.
So the first entry is Professor Miller. Now, all you guys who go to UC Santa Cruz, you're going to recognize this name. So basically, Professor Miller was a computer science professor. He taught CS13. He's an old-timer, so he's kind of, how do I put this? When old guys get old and they get real stubborn and they just can't let up on anything? That was him. He had a no-mercy grading system. One of his students ended up dying from the stress overload. Yeah. And,
is that true?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true, guys.
It's true.
I'll have to fact check that.
Okay. Well, anyways, the stress was too much for one of the students. They ended up dying. It wasn't a big deal, but he had already been disagreeing with the university over a bunch of other stuff. And yeah, they ended up letting him go. They said he retired, but really they quit. They fired him. So that's Professor Miller.
I wonder how hard that class really was. You know, it actually reminds me of this one class. This professor, he goes by the name of...
Free mega today.
And I gotta say, his class is hard. I think he teaches, like, Calc 0, which is kind of crazy for a class.
Alright, so the next entry is incel gathering. Basically, at UC Santa Cruz, once again, if any of my peeps out here go to UCSC, you're going to see these posters. Basically, these guys, it's kind of it's not an actual incel gathering, it's a joke. Basically, they call it an incel gathering, and no one goes. Maybe like 4 or 5 people show up every single time, but they'll just show up and they'll talk. Last time they went to watch the Sonic movie, they at Denny's. But a couple years ago, like 2023, they actually combined with the Hot Girl Meetup, and that's a real thing. You can check the Reddit post. Yeah, you can read this Reddit post. You put it on the screen. The Hot Girl Meetup and Incel Gathering. It's called Incel Time. They combined and they had some fun. So McHenry's secret floors.
Alright, sorry to have to chime in on Austin's part, but he didn't really explain this one that well. He just read off a Reddit post, which listening back to it, it didn't sound natural at all. But basically, McHenry's secret floors, it's just like the secret bathroom and also the secret classroom, and they're supposed to be both hidden. But if we know of them, I mean, it's not really a secret. I couldn't find anything else about it, so I think that's what it is. I don't know.
Oh my god. Wow. Okay, so this one,
Cave party.
the cave party. Do you want to do Hellhole 2 lumping together?
Yeah, just put them in together.
Alright, so Cave Party and Hellhole, they're different, but they're more or less the same thing. They're 2 different caves. So basically,
Okay.
sometimes they'll hold raves, they'll hold like little get-togethers in these caves at UC Santa Cruz. But it's actually kind of dangerous because in the Hellhole cave, there's a 90-foot drop that if you fall, you just die. It's a 90-foot drop and it's slippery and it's full of clay. So yeah, don't do that. And also it rains and it floods the entire cave if you're not careful.
That's pretty scary.
So it's pretty dangerous. But the raves there must be killer. We're doing all this in just
Balloon class.
Okay, so the balloon class, it's just a club that meets up like every Thursday and Friday, and they just blow balloons and make balloon animals.
Yeah, but I don't think there's anything more to it.
I don't know, that strip belongs in the 4th layer.
Alright, I decided to do a little more digging, and I don't know if this is what the entry is talking about, but apparently there's this like $350 balloon class in like the Santa Cruz area that is like known to be a scam, and I think that's what this is referring to. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it, or maybe it could just be a normal balloon class. I don't know.
Garden of Eden.
So the Garden of Eden is just an hour-and-a-half long hike from the campus, and it's just a huge water hole that's really popular in the summer.
It's probably pretty livid if it's called Garden of Eden. Or not, I don't know.
Trailer Park Gnome.
So the Trailer
So
Park
stupid.
Gnome is just referring to this Reddit post. It's on screen right now. But, so there's this guy who lives in the UC Santa Cruz Trailer Park, which I guess is somewhere you can live. And he says he sees shadowy... Okay, the post starts with him saying that he sees shadowy figures in the forest, like running back and forth. And that he sees muddy footprints around his trailer in the mornings. And he says, and he insists that he's not on drugs and that this is all real. And then he says, one of those nights that he's sleeping in the trailer, he wakes up to high-pitched giggling noises. And that's when he saw the shadowy figures. And then he started finding little trinkets like on his doorstep, like buttons, tiny tools, and miniature clothing.
That's so weird.
Apparently his neighbors are also experiencing the same thing. So it might be real gnomes.
Might be a real gnome. It's like the Goosebumps gnomes. The Night of the Living.
Naked Run.
So the UC Santa Cruz Naked Run entry is talking about when it's like some Native American shit. The first rain of the year, they run naked through the whole campus.
Like nothing? No clothes on?
Nothing, no clothes on. They run full on naked through the campus, only in the first rain to confirm it or whatever. And it started in like a Porterville college. And, but I guess it's not it's not an organized thing. They just do it. Like people individually just do it. So you can do a naked run. It's not the naked run, it's a naked run. He's doing a naked run. You know what I mean?
Would you do a naked run?
Fuck no. That sounds like it hurt to run naked.
It does. I wouldn't do a naked run.
It does hurt?
Like, oh yeah, dude, trust me, it hurts like you wouldn't believe.
Alright, final entry for this layer. It's pretty.
Richard, Title 9.
So the Richard Title IX is just a law that prohibits any sort of sexual or racial discrimination at UC Santa Cruz. But it wasn't put in effect because of this guy, but someone who has suffered because of it is a professor named I'm gonna pronounce this Balakrishnan, probably some Indian dude. Apparently he has like 3 different cases against him of sexual assault and harassment against different women, or maybe the same woman. I don't know. It looks like he resettled like 3 times.
Damn.
Where I guess they were using their resources to intimidate students and victims. So probably the power over them.
Yeah, get grades.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That one's pretty crazy. If anyone, has more stuff about that,
Please email us at our business email.
no, just comment down below. That one's kind of pretty serious. So we're on to the next layer. Halfway there. Now the entries are going to start getting a lot more serious and disturbing. But this is layer 5, so there's still going to be like some not scary stuff on here. Stolen Santa Cruz bus. Okay, I can't really find anything about this anywhere. I guess it must be like some niche like joke I don't really get. But there was another thing that happened. Apparently in December 2023, one of the buses crashed into a Coolidge Drive, which injured 5 passengers, and sadly the driver passed away several days later due to his injuries, which sucks because he was only 25. A bunch of lawsuits came out of it, and overall a sad situation really. Frat koi incident. Okay, this is pretty messed up and sad, so I don't want to talk about it for too long, but in 2003 this frat called Delta Omega Chi stole and killed an 18-inch koi fish from Porter College called Midas. I think that's how you say it, which is Goldie basically. And basically how the university found out was through MTV, which they caught the theft on camera, and the episode never aired. Prosecutors basically used this MTV episode as a way to convict 2 students who did it. They didn't serve any jail time, but they did have to do community service, which honestly they deserve more. Why would you even do this? That's just messed up. C910 dungeon. This one's a lot more lighthearted than the last entry, but basically this is just a hub around campus where people meet to host and play Dungeons and Dragons campaigns. So, not that bad. Birdman. Okay, Birdman could refer to 2 different things. The first one being the award-winning film editor Stephen Maroon. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. He won an Academy Award for editing the 2014 film Birdman. And the other thing that this might be talking about is in the early 1990s, there was this guy who apparently could tame birds, and he was called the Birdman. Science Hill Bigfoot. Okay, so Science Hill Bigfoot most likely refers to people spotting Bigfoot. This probably isn't true, but you never know. I mean, maybe Bigfoot's out there somewhere. ECE 30, which stands for Engineering Principles of Electronics. Like CSE 13, it's just another hard class. UC Santa Cruz couple murder. This one's pretty sad. So back in 2024, Samuel Stone murdered his 21-year-old girlfriend through strangulation at the Seabright State Beach. He hasn't been sentenced yet since he's still awaiting trial as of May 2026. My prayers go out to the victim's family. Just an overall sad situation. Morale Dining Curse. This is probably going to be the last lighthearted entry on this iceberg, but basically it's just this piece of campus lore that people say at the Morale Dining Hall popular food go out of stock. quicker than anywhere else, which is why they say it's cursed. Now to the final 3 layers. Let's go. These are when the entries start to get spooky. But it's just gonna be me again for this layer and the next layer and probably the layer after that, let's be honest. But hey, I mean, it's gonna be pretty fun, so let's just get into it. Let's just get into it. Let's just get into it. Oh man, okay, Rocket Team Fraud. Now, when you hear this, you're probably thinking of maybe like some sort of scandal or something huge that happened. But no, it's just another inside joke these stupid Redditors made. And honestly, I'm quite sick of it. I'm not having fun anymore doing these types of entries. So, with that being said, I'm switching this Iceberg video into a ranking video. I'm gonna rank every entry from now on a scale of 1 through 10 by how deserving they deserve to be in their selective layer and how interesting the entry really is, because some of these entries down below are still trash. So that's what I'm gonna do, starting with this one. Porter heroin, I'm not sure if I could say that. I'm not gonna try to search this one up because I already did and nothing popped up, and I feel like I already got flagged for the other entries, so I'm just leave it at that. My ranking, a 0 out of 10. This one sucks. Get this one out of this layer. Who made this list? Edmund Kemper. Okay, this one's a bit of a doozy. So Edmund Kemper, he was known as the co-ed killer. He was a pretty big serial killer back in the early 1970s. He murdered about 10 people, which included his mother, his grandparents, and also 6 college females that attended UC Santa Cruz. And how he did this was basically, okay, so his mom worked as, you know, an admin assistant, so she basically had like all the like key cards and like stuff, and he used a UC Santa Cruz parking sticker that he was given by his mom to gain access to the university area, which he used to, you know, patrol campus and pick up females, which is why he was called the co-ed killer. And he would basically lure them, and then he'd abduct them and then kill them, and then just a whole bunch of other stuff. He ended up turning himself in April 1973 after killing his mother, and he ended up being convicted of 8 counts of first-degree murder and received multiple life sentences. So he's currently serving his sentence at the California Medical Facility in Vacaville. I think that's how you say it. As for the rating, I'm gonna have to give this a dark out of 10. This one feels like it shouldn't be ranked, so I'm not gonna rank it. The White Cowl Man Ghost Child. I might be mixing 2 of them up, but whoever made the tier list, sad patient, you put too many entries on here and it's kind of hard to understand which one goes with which. But anyways, we'll just continue with this. Okay, so Sarah Cowell died in a tragic horse buggy accident back in the 1903, and she actually died on the university campus. I'm pretty sure near Cowell College or near that area. I think it's called the Haunted Meadow. Yeah, what a unique name, really. Basically, she died there, and students on Reddit, because it's always on Reddit, they frequently talk about seeing her ghost figure in these historical buildings or near the Paganip trails. I think that's how you say it. But yeah, pretty crazy lore stuff. This one deserves like an 8 out of 10. It's actually pretty interesting here. The film professor got leaked. You're gonna want to get strapped here. Okay, this one is a doozy. Thank you to this Redditor who was in person and could tell the story, so big shout out to them. But basically, I'm gonna summarize it while it's up on here. Basically, they were in their college lecture with about at least like a good amount of people, like in the 400s. And he's switching tabs all willy-nilly, and until he accidentally opens one, and it's his freaking is out with the caption, "Are you sure you don't want to come over?" Which is super embarrassing. I mean, I know a lot of people. No, I don't know a lot of people who do that. Why am I even trying to front? But basically, that's what happens. The OP says it was actually a pretty terrible picture, even though he's a film professor, which is kind of funny. As for the rating, I'll give this one a 10. Okay, this is the actual one that deserves to be on here. It's pretty interesting, really. Ghost elf people. Again, I don't know if it's referring to just ghosts in general or elf people, but I'm gonna just put them in both, but also talk about them separately. So basically, elf people, they're like known, I guess. They're like they've been cited apparently to be around the Redwood campus, which is Santa Cruz. I don't know how truthful they are. I mean, because it is like a stoner campus. But anyways, the real stuff, okay, the ghosts. Now, the ghosts are interesting. We got a couple different types of ghosts. Okay, we're starting with the first one. The ghost of Lily. I think that's the one. Basically, she's, a woman, a legend around the UC Santa Cruz campus. Between the 1970s, they say you could see her walking around the campus often naked. I don't know if that has to be a part of it, the lore or anything, but I guess it is. And that was the only one. I thought there was more ghost stories, but as for the rating, I'll give the elf one, I'll give that one a 5, and I'll give the ghost one, I'll give that one a 7. Yeah, that sounds good. Chancellor. Okay, so basically this is already layer 7, but since I decided to combine both of the 2 layers, you're going to see a big difference in these entries moving on. So basically, this entry refers to the past chancellor of UC Santa Cruz, named Denise Denton. And okay, this is a pretty crazy story. So back when she was still chancellor, through 2005 and 2006, she was like in a pretty big scandal where she received a bunch of donations which were undisclosed. It was a pretty hefty amount, $600,000, I believe. But she also faced backlash for getting her spouse a job at UC Santa Cruz. Now, that doesn't sound like too major, but the thing was, she created like their own new position for her spouse, which ended up like having a salary of $200,000, which is crazy. Anyways, all this backlash that she faced for these 2 scandals had people protesting on her property, which really got to her mental health and led to her death in 2006. As for a rating, I'll give this one a dark out of 10 because I'm not going to rate this one. The Oaks. Okay, this one is actually pretty interesting, I can't lie. So basically, the Oaks is just an area in the Santa Cruz campus where people say, I'm pretty sure it's true though, that like through like the soil, like there's like drugs and stuff from the Kresge and Porter like fallout, which is pretty interesting. It's also said that like within Hellhole and the Porter caves, there's like a bunch of like shrooms and even a rare strand, well, I'm thinking this from the Reddit guy up on screen, of underground peyotes. I'm not sure if that's how you say it. Not only that though, the Oaks is also known for being in the past like really racist towards the students, which put minorities at a disadvantage. I think it happened during like the 70s, which is crazy because I guess everything, the Santa Cruz Iceberg happened in the 70s. So as for the rating, I'll give it around a 7. The 7's good. Forest Cults. Okay, this one is pretty freaking crazy. I think it's talking about this Reddit post. I have it up on screen while I summarize it because it's pretty long. So the OP basically says that one day she was walking and then she saw like this like perfectly green circle, which she thought was pretty weird. She told her roommate. Her roommate said that she's also saw strange occurrences when she was there. She said she saw this like group of 4 people in white robes. You guys make your own assumptions on what they could be doing. I don't know, I feel like it's pretty obvious. But also, she says that one time she went stargazing and she saw this like big bonfire, which scared her or something. Now, I couldn't go further into the comments because they're disabled, so I don't know what they said. But as for the rating, I'll give this one in a 6. It's whatever. TKE. Okay, what this entry refers to is, I'll try to explain it without like having to censor myself, but basically hazing, everyone knows hazing. Well, let's just say they went past that and, you know, they started doing a lot of gay stuff basically, and they ended up getting shut down. But it was really crazy because it was multiple people being gay at the same time, which I think you know what that means. As for a rating, I'll put this one like a 6. No, I'll give it an 8 because it is interesting, but it's also pretty gross. Not that I think it's gross or anything. I'm just saying. Layer 8, the final layer, guys. We did it. This is the final one. It's gonna be so crazy. You're gonna be wishing there was more entries, but no, sorry, there isn't. Who is Samantha? Now, if I had to say which entry made me want to do this video, it'd probably be this one because I was super curious. And I come to find out that there's really not a lot of information about who Samantha is. So I'm gonna just go off of this one, I believe. So I believe Samantha was this Expo C, I think that's how you say it, on Twitter. She was a sorority member who exposed male students for being like basically weirdos and also like racist too. A lot of like allegations of assault and stuff, which is super like horrible things. I assume that's who Samantha is. I could be wrong here. Anybody who goes to Santa Cruz, tell me I'm wrong. As for the rating, I'm feeling a 10. I can't lie. It's a pretty good entry, even if it's so short. Missing $1 billion. Okay, so when I originally did this entry, I literally thought UC Santa Cruz was missing $1 billion or was at least in debt by $1 billion. But no, that's just how much like annual revenue they have to put into stuff. I think their actual debt is around 80 million. I'm gonna assume this is on here because, you know, the missing $1 billion, it's probably not being all put into the students. As for the rating, I'll give this one a 5. Camp of Life and Death. Okay, for this one and the next entry, which are the last ones, I couldn't really find a lot of information about these two entries. It makes sense though, because it is the bottom layer. So with that being said, I've got Austin. He sent me some messages. He was like, don't worry, I got you. I know these two entries. So I'll just read them out to you, what he says. Okay, so I asked him, you know, what are they? And he asked if this is a 1 or 2 question. I don't know how that could be hard to know that that's 2 questions in one. And then he says, okay, well, I know that they're books and I think they're banned. So thanks to Austin for that crucial information, really. I wouldn't have found it out any other way. But with that being said, that's really it for this entry. I'm feeling a 0 because I've spent a good amount of time searching for this stuff and I couldn't find anything. So, and would you look at that? That's the end of the iceberg. Now, you're probably wondering, you know, Jordan, why did you skip so many entries? And I'm gonna say it right back at you. I didn't skip that many. It was just like maybe like 10. Why I did that? Yeah. Now, the prize for finding all 10 of the rare pictures, you get this exclusive Tab Army profile picture to put on, I don't know, maybe your wallpaper, maybe your profile, like how it's intended. Just really show that you really love this channel and want to see it grow. So yeah, this video took quite a bit to make. I know Austin's been cooking up something crazy. It might be like an hour long. He's telling me it's an hour long. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, post on Reddit. I don't care. Do what you do. Bye.